What is up, guys? Train Lever 3268 back here with another episode of Railfanning. Today, right now, we are out at Sublette Avenue, as you can see, and we're waiting on some trains. However, there was a huge fire last night at downtown St. Louis, so I don't know if we'll get any train traffic for a while. Especially 6706. From what I can tell, the only surviving C&W painted locomotive on Union Pacific. Looks like we might have a yellow on track 1. Not sure, but yeah. 6706 is supposed to be leading MASMP, but now it's not. But I don't know if it's still going to be on there or if it's just taken off altogether and sent back another way. But we'll just have to hope that we can see it. That's why I came out here so early this morning. It's about 7:40 a.m. and it is freezing. But luckily we got BNSF's Hannibal subdivision, so we're going to check this out real quick. Nothing that way, and nothing that way. Okay, yeah. So yeah, nothing is moving in St. Louis because of the fire that happened downtown. But yeah. So there's a huge fire that broke out at a warehouse in downtown St. Louis, kind of right by the downtown rail camera. And a building just collapsed. That was part of that fire, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know if we're going to be seeing anything, especially 6706, but hopefully we can still get it. I'm going to text some of my friends and get back with you when I have an update on 6706. Alright, so update. They're probably inspecting MacArthur Bridge downtown. So hopefully everything should get moving through eventually, but with like a speed restriction or something. Currently we got an approach aspect on track 1. So I'll be back with y'all when something comes. Alright, now we're at Sulphur. Still don't have nothing coming. I just checked BNSF. So we got nothing coming on there. But let me cross the tracks here. Right there. We got a flash in yellow. On the other end at milepost 5.2. So I mean, hopefully traffic should be up and running again soon, but I don't know. But I'll be back with you guys when we eventually do get some kind of train. Alrighty, so MASMP is still waiting in downtown St. Louis, but we do have the River Runner. I don't know what number it is, but we got a P42 on the point of the River Runner, and it just got cleared to come west. So we're gonna try to catch it here at Sulphur Avenue. And we'll probably just wait here until MASMP comes through, or we might go to Pacific because we're going to be going there. But I'll see y'all when we get the River Runner with a P42 in the lead. Shouldn't be too long. Okay, here she comes. This is our westbound river runner with P42 DC number 67 leading. Alrighty, and like I said, we're still waiting on MAS&P, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna check BNSF, and I'll see you then. Okay, so while we're going to check on BNSF, the Amtrak train that just passed us with P42 number 56, that is Amtrak 311. So, yeah. Alright, let's check this BNSF out. Alright, nothing coming from that way. And nothing coming from that way. Alrighty. Well, we're probably gonna head up to Pacific now for MAS&P. With 6706. So, I'll see y'all there. Alright, here we are in Pacific. I think 311 beat me here. But MAS&P is headed our way with 6706. Looks like it's trailing now, which ain't the best, but it's better than nothing. And here, we got this BNSF train, STLTUL. Waiting for a crew to take it. So yeah, we'll see you when something comes on the Jeff City or STLTUL gets it moving. Well, here's a train. All right, here's MASMP. Alrighty, well that was MASMP with 6706 and 2 SSRX units. We're still waiting on STLTUL. Should be another westbound BNSF line through here. So I'll see y'all when something else comes through. Alright, here comes another eastbound. Yeah. It's got a 3rd gen K3. Oh, now we're in the cross of the crap. Alright, I'm gonna move. Alright, just rounded the corner. All right, and we're still waiting on that BNSF, STLTUL, and another BNSF that's lined. So I'll be back with you with our next train. Okay, so we've got another eastbound on the way. It's not here yet, but it should be around in the corner here shortly. So I'll be back with y'all when it comes through. All right, here comes our next train. Here comes some distributed power, I'm pretty sure. Alrighty, and like I said, we're still waiting on STLTUL, so I'll be back. Alright, well I guess we got an eastbound parade today, because we got another eastbound on the way. And we got an STLTUL that's coming out of Valley Park. Keep in mind, about 10 minutes ago, we saw our third coal train and our third eastbound of the day. So far we've seen 311, coal train, MASNP, coal train, coal train. Now we're probably gonna have another coal train. So I'm checking the ATCS feed right now. Hopefully this thing doesn't sneak up on me. From the track. But yeah, I think after this next train passes, I'm gonna go down to the Motor Mart and get something to drink. I am freaking thirsty. Yep, there it is. Something's at 41.2. Something's in that block. All right, I'll see y'all when this thing comes through. All right, here comes our next train. sounds like a K5H.
It's an intermodal, finally.
It's not a call? Thank the Lord. Like this is MTUG4. Manifest/intermodal from Tucson, Arizona to Joliet, Illinois. Raised letter K5H on the point. Alrighty, I'm back with you when our next train comes through here.
Imagine they, Emmanuel, when he said, I'm gonna make a phone call, he like called us in or something. Cause like, we know all three cops in town, so I'm not... Well, me and Owen know all three cops in town, so I'm not scared. Here they go. Brendan, you want to... Brendan, you want to see them moving towards us?
Yeah, sure.
They're definitely gonna shoot us.
They're not gonna shoot us, Owen. No, it's a manimodal. This BNSF line that you're looking at, it's a BNSF Cubiso. It gets 2 trains a day.
Oh.
That is the saddest.
That's more dead than the Jeff City.
And then the line to the left gets 22 trains a day.
Oh my god.
Being the
UP or BNSF, the other line.
UP Jefferson City sub. I'm in Pacific Mo if you want to know my location.
What is that horn?
It's a terrible horn, that's what it is.
Good lord, it's that Amtrak. Where that Amtrak runs.
It's the River Runner.
He's in Missouri. He's in.
Oh, it's the party. We gotta go.
Thank you.
Thank you, next. Thank you, next. How about just stand next to M3?
Alrighty, well, here we are in Catawissa, Missouri, about 6 miles west of Pacific, and at the main street crossing. As you can see, it kind of goes up over a hill right there. And yeah, we're just waiting on STL-TUL with Write the Consist. Alright, here comes STL-TUL coming through Catawissa, Missouri. Alright, that's all we're gonna get of this train today. Alright, we got a bit of a time gap in between trains, so I'm gonna look at the ATCS feed if we can. And look at what we have. Alright, y'all. Well, I've got to go home, so that's gonna do it for this episode of Railfanning in Pacific, Missouri. We saw quite a few trains, 6706. 2 SSRX units and some crazy power on STL-TUL. So that's gonna do it for the video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do leave a big fat like. That'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you subscribe if you are brand spanking new, so you don't miss out on any new videos. And make sure you ring the bell as well. If you feel like doing so, comment down below. Let me know where you think I should railfan next. Until then, this is going to do it from here in Pacific, Missouri. This is train number 3268 saying, stay safe, stay foaming, and have a great day. Bye-bye.